Jerry.
Hey, how's
Hey,
it going?
it's going great. Thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me. I know you've been doing a lot of press, so I really appreciate time with you.
All good.
How are you doing?
I am good. Just trying to use my last 2 days to, get everything I need to be gone for 6 weeks. And we wrapped up rehearsals the other day. The band sounding really good, and looking forward to playing some shows. It's fucking been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute, right? I'm so glad that you're touring. I was so excited to hear that you were going on a solo tour, and then now we know Alice in Chains are going on a tour. So this is great news for us. But you're touring in support of Brighten, your third solo record. This one is your first as an independent, like completely independently, and you really did everything for you. Sang, played guitar, played bass, keyboards. I'm just curious, what is it that made you want to go, you know what, I'm doing this all myself this time?
Well, I didn't. I did get to play all those instruments that you mentioned, but I was also surrounded by some pretty amazing musicians. So I did play a couple of tunes on bass, but Duff McKagan played the majority of it, and I plinked around on a couple of keys, but Vincent Jones and God damn it, I can't remember. Jordan Lewis played the majority of the keys. So I got to mess around with a little bit of stuff, but there's the majority of the heavy lifting on those instruments is done by people far more talented than me on those. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy for you to say because you are insanely talented, as everybody knows. Uh, I you describe this record as one that is a journey up through darkness to light. It definitely feels that way. Interesting choice. You have a cover song on the record, "Goodbye" from Elton John. Have you always loved that song? Were you called to do it this time around for a certain reason?
There's not a whole lot that Elton and Bernie wrote and recorded, and that band played that I don't like. So I've always been a big fan. But yeah, that I've always dug that song, and I did a few shows a few years ago, and we covers, and one of them was "Goodbye," and it was it's an obvious closer. It's a great song to walk off on and end a set with. So I'd had the experience of playing it live, and I just, when we were wrapping up the record, I just kind of felt like we needed one more tune, and I didn't know that I had it. I had a bunch of other songs that felt like they belonged to a different record, and so, Tyler and I were discussing that, and he's like, "Fuck, why don't we just do Goodbye?" We played that at that show, and it was great, and it seems like it fits with this material really well, Be a cool coda to end this record, and we recorded it, and it turned out great. He was right. Yeah.
Yeah, and Elton John has given his seal of approval. Is that correct?
Yeah, I sent him the demo. You just want to, out of respect, I wouldn't put somebody's song on my record unless I sent it to him and got their okay. You don't want to fucking butcher somebody's shit and then put it on your record without giving them the opportunity to go like, yeah, I don't really like that, man. Luckily he dug it, so all good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. Well, good.
It's
That's
something I
awesome.
don't do very often. I don't do covers very much, so meant a lot for that record to make it onto this album, and I think it belongs there. And he thought the same. He's like, absolutely, you have my permission to use it, of course, but you should definitely put it on the record, and he was right.
Yeah, when you get the seal of approval, especially from somebody like that about your work, that's got to be a great feeling. I'm curious how if at this point in your career, when there are critics, when there are keyboard warriors, you put out your stuff, and this comes from you. It's every ounce of your being, this record, Brighten. When there are people that have things to say, how do you let that roll off your shoulders, or does it affect you at all?
You're not going to get very far if somebody that you don't know, that doesn't play music, who isn't particularly get what you do, thinks you suck.
Yeah.
So fuck you, whatever. I don't know you. You don't know me. I think rather than focusing on the one voice, the one dissenting voice, you might look at the 99 others who are digging it. So that's where I kind of keep my focus, and I really don't get into. I don't know. I don't really spend a whole lot of time reading press, good or bad. I just don't think it's really a healthy thing to do. I'm human, so of course I see some shit like that, and I'll fucking feel the need once in a while to check something out. But just in general, I just kind of try to stay away from that stuff. And I'm not doing it for somebody else's approval anyway. Initially, and of course you want people to like your music, and if you've got an audience, you don't want you don't want to fucking take just an awkward left turn somewhere and throw somebody like, what the hell is this? You want your audience that you've come to find, and they found you, and but the litmus test has always been, in my band, has always been, if we dig it. We're making records for us. We're writing songs for us, and if we dig it collectively, and we're proud enough to put it out there, it's probably a good chance, that somebody else is going to dig it too. So that way, it doesn't matter what anybody says, good or bad, about it. You're good. I feel right with myself, and it's a good piece of work, and I'm really, only you and a handful of people actually went through that whole journey. Nobody else. So It's really personal to me and to the folks that I made the record with, any record that I've been on, and that's kind of part of the coolness of it.
No, I think that's awesome.
It's also kind of exclusive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're the only you. All of us, right? And if you just stay true to yourself, you can't go wrong. I love that.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you something. My friend Scotty Doc, your friend too, I let him know I was going to be speaking with you today. Yeah. And he's like, all right, we're coming up on Easter time. You got to ask him about his marshmallow Peeps sculptures.
Yeah. I do a lot of crazy shit board. Yeah. Scotty and I got into Peep sculpture, I think for rehearsals for a tour, and I think we should do a book. Really, I think we should totally do a book. But
so I didn't want to ask him too much about it, but yeah, this is actual sculpture work of Peeps, the marshmallows. Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, well, if don't spread that too wide till somebody else gets the idea. But, yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, we made some really off-color, rock and roll off-color Peep sculptures. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you sure know how to have fun. I know that following you during the pandemic with your mask.
They were mostly spoofs on movies or spoofs on events. Evil, Peep Knievel. And like Passion of the Peeps, like Passion of the Christ, and
Evil Peep Knievel. I'm dead. That's perfect. I think you might have a book in the future. Yeah.
I remember that one was showing Knievel going over the Caesar's Palace fountain or whatever. We had all three phases of when he left the ramp, in the middle when he comes off, and then he squashed at the end. So, but as I remember correctly, there was grandstands and fans. pretty elaborate. Yeah. Peep Kong was a good one too. That's you can imagine with that one.
my good God. Yeah, I think
Top
you
of
have
the
a book there.
planes flying. Yeah.
You get creative. You have a little bit of fun with the peeps. I love
Gotta
it.
gotta have fun.
Yeah. I think I heard one of your cats in the background too chime in. Love it. You have some hairless cats. I know that they pop up on your Instagram from time to time. It's fun to follow, but it's fun to see that you're somebody who seems to definitely enjoy life. And I'm so excited that we get to share your presence. You're kicking off.
All right on.
Yeah. You're kicking off the tour here soon in St. Paul in just a few days on Thursday. So stoked. Anything, I mean, God, I mean, all I want to say is go out and enjoy the show. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And I guess anything that you want us to know about the show?
Well, we're going to try to play my songs really as well as we can, and we'll. It's kind of cool because there's a good handful of the musicians that are chosen to be a part of the process. I haven't really toured with, so it's cool. And there's some instruments being played that normally don't get played on a lot of the material that you may have heard before, and this record obviously has a lot of keys and some pedal steel as well, and so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be so fun. And then, like I said, too, we get, Alice in Chains. You're with Breaking Ben and Bush. I'm sure you're excited for that tour. But later on in the summer, how's it different being on a solo tour versus with the other guys?
Yeah, when I'm on my solo tour, I'll be with that group of guys, and then when I'm on Alice, I'll be with that group of guys.
That's a perfect answer.
That's the difference.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
really the only.
What was that?
Really the only difference. Yeah.
It really is. Okay. Well,
it's that large and that small at the same time. Yeah.
It's cool. I appreciate your different mediums of expression. I appreciate getting new music from you that we can relate to so much. I'm a huge fan, so it's just an honor for me to talk to you, and I'm just so stoked. So thank you so much, Jerry. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care and have a great time on tour.
All right. We'll see you in Minnesota.
Okay. See you, Jerry. Bye.